client, as we always do, and just confirm, yes, this is still your correct address, yes, this is still your correct phone number, Jackie and Robert and Donald were in the home all year long, yeah, and then, this is not making me happy, because it does not have what it's supposed to have here. So, we're going to switch and go into live mode.
Are you in 13 or 14?
Well,
13.
Huh?
13.
That's why you're not getting any of that
okay.
stuff.
I didn't know that. So we'll go.
Thank you, John.
You can see that
Sorry.
from way back there?
Thank you.
Close. Okay.
It's just instinct.
Yeah, and
Thank
so
He fires back to me all the time.
it says 14 here, but I just picked a client, so I didn't know.
Okay.
All right, let's go pick a client from 14. All right, so here we are then at the bottom of the screen, and this is where you're going to ask them if they've ever had a tax identity protection pin issued by IRS. And so Mr. and Mrs. are here, and I say, Rick and Christina were in the home all year long.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we are.
very good. Click that, and then before I even ask them the question, I'm going to hit this hyperlink, the blue hyperlink here, that immediately pops this up. Now I don't linger here, I don't leave it here long, but I just say, has IRS ever issued you a tax identity protection pin?
I don't think so.
Okay, you would know. You would know if they had. And we'll talk about that later. All right, I go click no, and off we go. Okay, so we've planted the seed. You saw the little pop-up, even though it went away right away. It's now a part of the conversation when we come back around to it, and it's not just, you know, kind of this weird thing, how do you broach this? So there we go. Now we get to the end. Okay, we've put in our e-file information here. We're to the end of the return. It's not going to let me.
Okay.
Go.
Gonna do the Affordable Act maybe.
Maybe. So let's go look at that. Okay.
I guess I could have set this up better for you.
It's okay. See, but this is real because this is what we're going to be doing with people. So I'm just gonna.
Oh, it just wants the date on the.
I'm just gonna take that out of there, and take that out of there, and take that out of there because everybody has insurance, and we don't have to worry about this. And we say next. Now we're ready to do our e-file.
It wants the right date on there, because that thing was started. Probably for the
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So now we're here to where we're ready to hit our finishing screens. We've gone and previewed the return with the client. Here's your 2-year. This was what, 2013, 2014, blah, blah, blah. Go through the return, hit all the high points there. Everybody's happy, no mistakes. And I say, okay, let's wrap this thing up then.
Could you go back to the comparison? I thought she made a lot more money than that. Oh, sorry.
Absolutely. I will spend all the time here you would like, and you guys can all talk to him afterwards, right? Well, yeah. So, and I have a few of those on hold, gosh darn it, so don't turn the knife. All right, so we've seen the refund. We're good there. All right, everybody's got insurance. We don't need to mess with this. And we don't need any phone calls. Everybody's got. Okay, so here we go. And I leave this screen down like this, so it's not showing the prices when I first get here, because I'm not even going to look at it right away and say. Now, you remember when we talked about that IRS protection pin earlier?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. So the reason I asked you about that is because tax identity theft has now become the most lucrative criminal endeavor in the United States. And in fact, maybe even worldwide, because what we found out is that 60% of all fraudulent tax refunds are actually being sent to Lithuania.
Oh my
Now,
God.
Lithuania. And this is per Greg Thompson and his federal tax update last fall. As a result, this past year, it cost taxpayers $5.2 billion to combat this. And IRS says that by the year 2016, they will be paying out somewhere in the neighborhood of $21 billion in fraudulent tax refunds.
Wow.
All right, so how does this happen? I mean, can you say Archdiocese of Seattle, Overlake, well, it's either Overlake or Harborview, Black Friday with Target and Home Depot and Nordstrom and Macy's all got caught up in that thing. And it's really just become kind of a matter of these are the times we live in. If you have not been directly affected yet, I'm sure you know somebody who has. And there's all kinds of great credit monitoring programs out there like LifeLock. Everybody's heard of LifeLock. And they'll help keep somebody from opening a credit card in your name or trying to get a mortgage under your name or that sort of thing. But none of them do anything when it comes to the tax consequences. All right, that's where they stop. So, and this problem, if you look at these numbers here, starting in 2010, it affected about 250,000 people. But now IRS says that's nearly 10 times now. And being a nationwide tax preparation service, we see this exact same trend in our own client database. We have now had in our office 2 rejects because of tax identity fraud, and we've had people bringing in letters that say, from IRS, legitimate letters that say, we will not process this return until you come verify your information with us. And the client comes in and says, what is this? And I said, well, you're going to have to take down your driver's license, your social security, your birth certificate, and show them you are who you say you are before they'll process your refund. And she says to me, but I haven't filed a tax return yet. So it's becoming more and more prevalent. So a couple of years back, IRS did a pilot program where they offered people the ability to apply to get into this PIN program preventatively rather than after the fact. Because normally the way it works is, well, now once that your identity's been stolen, it's on you, the victim, to prove who you are to IRS. And per IRS, this can take anywhere from 12 to 18 months of bureaucratic red tape. All the time, they're holding that $3,000 refund because they're not about to issue a second one under the same social security number. So after the dust settles, yes, you'll get your refund, and then you'll automatically be put into this PIN program. So because ID theft in general is the highest in Florida, Georgia, and DC, they did a pilot program there where they allowed people to apply to get into the program on their own in advance. It went so well that hrblockvideo2 execs came to IRS after that and said, hey, why not open this up nationwide? And IRS's kind of standard reply is, we don't have the manpower. And that's true. I mean, per Greg Thompson and his update, he says right now they're already got 40% of the IRS working on just fraudulent tax filings, trying to deal with this. So hrblock said, that's okay. We will support it in-house. We'll provide our own specialists. You just, open up that pilot program and let us offer this to our clients. And so IRS agreed. And so for the first time ever now, we have a product called Tax Identity Shield, in which we can help you apply to IRS in advance of having your social security number compromised. Now, because this is the first year that this is coming out, we're offering at a discount as a bundle. So instead of paying $35 for peace of mind, $35 for Tax Identity Shield, it's $55 and you get everything. What would you like to do this year, folks?
Well, I think we need it.
I agree.
I agree.
I mean, I don't want to be part of that growing trend. So, I mean, is that $55 that cover both of us?
Well, this first $55 takes care of the primary Social Security number on the tax return. If you want to cover the spouse's social as well, that's an additional $15 at this time. Would you like to add hers as well?
Well, honey, I think I'm worth $15.
Let me think about. Well, no, yeah, I think you are for sure.
Think about it.
Wrong answer, right?
Okay, so I have had some people say no, but right now, 4 out of 10 of my clients take tax identity.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and you just can't be beat up if they say, nah. I'm like, okay, let's go. I just rock on past.
Can I get tax identity without peace of mind?
You can, because you had your taxes prepared here in the office at a retail location. If you want, you can log on to hrblock.com after your return's been finished, and you can select that on as a standalone there, and it's $35, I believe, a piece per. So correct me if I'm wrong on this information, because I haven't double checked this, but I believe it's for each Social Security number if you do it online. So it ends up essentially being about the same price. But if it's just a single person, then it's just $35 for them to do it after the fact. And I have a few clients who have opted for that as well.
Actually, I think it's like $29.99.
Is it?
Yeah, $29.99.
But it's no palm. It's just the tax
Right.
ID shield.
It's just a tax ID shield.
I think she's right. It's 35 if you do it separately without the peace of mind. It's reduced when you're getting
Right.
Well, because we're selling it for $20, we're saying there's a savings of $9.95.
Right,
It's got to be $29.95.
correct,
Okay.
here, but if you go to the internet, it's 35.
Hmm.
That's what she was saying, wasn't it?
So
I don't know, we got to check it.
yeah, I would
either
have to
way, either
double
way,
check the
either way.
exact numbers. I haven't looked it up specifically online. But
I thought it was $29.95.
any other
We can check
questions?
it.
Well, how much is a peace of mind and tax identity shield?
55.
55.
Right. So 35 for Peace of Mind standalone. We have $20 for the tax identity shield, but because it's a bundle, they're getting everything. And so I never, ever, ever start